Hello everybody, I would like to cordially welcome you guys to episode 13 of my Day in the Life series. In this episode we are going to be reviewing the Juiced Bike Camp Scrambler, the black edition. Man, this bike is definitely by far the most expensive bike I've ever reviewed here on this channel. And it's also one of the most unique, man. Before we get into this review, I would like to thank my boy Sam for making this review possible. This is his bike. Big shout out to Sam. Thank you again, brother. But before we get into this review, man, let's start off by just looking at the overall build of the bike. Clearly, it's definitely a lot different than what you guys are used to seeing here on my channel. As you guys can see, man, starting off from the seat, you see the seat. The seat is a lot longer than all of my other bikes that I usually ride, definitely, right? And, this one, usually with my bikes, I would have to, it requires a key. But this one, is just hit the button, and then you're good to go. And you guys already seen me do the fat tire in episode 11, so that's nothing new there. But if you look at the handlebars, we have a U-shaped handlebars this time around, so that's another change. It gives it that motorcycle feel, in my opinion. But definitely, man, I love the build quality on this bike. And aside from the build quality being unique, the way the bike operates is completely different than what I'm used to. So in addition to just not needing the key, you can just turn it on, hit the button, and then you turn the monitor on here. Now this bike has your usual, matter of fact, not even your usual, because usually you have 6 speeds. This bike has seven gear speeds on this bike. Also, before we go forward, I meant to let you guys know, I'm coming to you guys live from Carl Schwartz Park, East End Avenue in Manhattan. Sorry, I left that part out. But anyway, like I was saying, this bike has 0, there's Eco, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's Sport, and then there's Race. Now, each of these speeds is only for the pedal assist. The throttle, here's the throttle right here, is still locked. It is locked at 20 miles per hour. I tested it before I started this review. The throttle is locked at 20 miles per hour. But over the course of this review, I'm going to be going through each of the speeds here and telling you guys how fast you can go with each of the speeds on this bike for pedal assist, because like I just said, the throttle is locked at 20 miles per hour, so there's nothing to find out there. And another thing I like about this bike is that it tells you how fast you're going, your battery life, and the miles. Also, it tells you the voltage left in the battery. The lower the voltage, that means your battery's dying. You need to go home and charge it. Also, man, to turn on your headlights, you have to hold this plus button, and then bam. Usually there's a button for that, but on this bike, you just have to hold the plus button. Something else that I had to get used to while using this bike. But anyway, I think I covered about everything. Let's get into this review. I will see you guys once I get my first ping, and we are on our way to our first delivery pickup for this episode. Alright, you guys, we got our first ping, and that didn't take long. I'm still here by the park where I shot that opening for the episode, and we already got our first ping. So one thing I want to add to this review is that it's the wide seat on this bike. It makes pedaling awkward. At least for me personally, like for my body size, it makes pedaling very awkward. Because the seat is just so wide between your legs, so it's like when you're pedaling, your leg is rubbing against the seat, and it doesn't feel good at all. Definitely very awkward to have to deal with. So if there's any negative to this bike, that will probably be it. So right now I am on pedal assist level 0. This is what I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this pedal assist level. So for the rest of this review, hold on, let me slow down. So for the rest of this review, I'm going to be calling the little speed indicator on the left on this LED the pedal assist level. Okay, this is now known as a pedal assist level, this little number here, because that's pretty much what it does. It's just the level of pedal assist. So we're gonna leave it on. We leave it on 0. You get nothing. We leave it on 1. We leave it on eco. Let's see. Eco is the lowest. So this is eco gets us. Oh, cool. Nice. There's a.
And then they had the NYPD. And in the Giuliani era, all of them came together under one head. And cops are not walking beats anymore. They're driving in cars. Some cars are made for one. Some have a partner. I remember when they had the bicycle out there. It's everything they could do to not interact with the community. They use the community affairs officer. They use the people.
Wow. There's I guess a rally going on. You never know what goes on in New York City, man. You never know what you may find. I came down here to find a place to start my episode. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Me trying to find a place to start my episode. I stumbled across a rally. It's crazy. Anyway, so right now we on eco mode, and eco, it gives you a little bit, but you don't really feel, I don't really feel anything. So let's see, at the fastest on eco, I'm able to hit 12. Let's see what 1 gets us. Okay, I'm at 13, 14. I had to slow down. It's hard to get these readings. Like I said in multiple episodes, it's pretty hard because of just how much traffic there is in New York City. And, you know, the hills can also throw off your reading because you're going down the hill, so of course you're going to be going faster. So you can't, I cannot give you guys an accurate reading going down the hill. Yeah, for some reason this block is like blocked off for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Right now I'm on York Avenue, 89th Street. So I don't know what's going on. But you know, I need to go to our pickup. That's right now. I'm trying to slow down so I can get an accurate reading for speed 1. It's pretty hard to do. Look, they got a lot of nice parks over here too. A lot of nice parks over here. Nice park, man. Nice place to come out here and work out and stuff. But anyway, sorry I'm getting distracted. Okay, let's see. I have to turn here. Let's see. 14, 15. So I'm able to hit 16 miles per hour on speed 1. With the pedal assist level speed, pedal assist level 1, I'm able to hit the fastest with 16. So let's see what level 2 gets us. I've never seen that before. If I get my hands on that thing she's riding, I don't know, man. That looks crazy. I would love to review that one day on my channel. Anyway, we on pedal assist level 2. Okay, let's see what that gets us. 17. Let's see. Yep, 17 is the fastest. So I believe the first one was, what I just said, I think it was 15. So eco got us about 14. Level 1 got us to about 15, and level 2 got us 17. Let's see what 13 gets us. I mean, I said 13. I'm crazy. Let's see what level 3 gets us. Okay, we have to turn here too. There was a Mole Mexican Grill Bar. I'm looking for a Mole Mexican Grill Bar. Ah, there it is. Another thing I really don't like about these fat tire bikes is that you can get flats very easily. And also another thing about this bike is that, like the motor, the motor takes a little bit to start up to. Has a little bit of a start up to it. No worries, it's fine. So crowded here. So we're gonna park our bike here, and then we're going to get the food, and I'll see you guys when I get back on the road. All right, you guys, we got 2 pickups, back pickups, and walk right on down. Anyway, so back to the review, man. We got our 2 pickups. Right turn to 8th Street, that's fine. So pretty busy. It's always. Hey, yo, Roberto.
Yo, what's good, man? Everything good?
Nah, man, my fucking pipes messed up. Nah, fuck, I'm good.
We went over that shit already.
Yo, you be good, bro.
You too, brother.
Fun fact, man, that's the Supra from my building. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
so where were we left off at? So I'm just trying to give you guys the speed for these pedal assist levels. So pedal assist level, what was that, 2? Yeah, pedal assist level 2 got us, I believe it was 17, right? 17, 18, I believe it was. Where we are, 86th Street? Okay, we gotta make a right turn to 85th. So let's see what pedal assist level 3 gets us. 18. Hold on, I got. It's hard to get it. Like I said, it's hard to get an accurate reading because there's just so much going on out here. So much going on. Okay, this is straightaway block, just me. Let's go for it. Let's see what we get. 18. 19. So level 3 gets us to 19. Okay. So level 2 got us to 18. Level 3 got us to 19. Let's see what sport mode gets us. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the throttle is automatically locked to 20 miles per hour no matter what. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what speed you're on the side, just in case you missed that part of the video. It doesn't matter. It's locked to 20 miles per hour, unlike the aero bikes that you guys see everywhere. That you guys want to see everywhere. Anyway, let's see what sport gets us. So far sport got us up to 20 miles. So it feels like each mode on this bike, every time you go up one mode, you go up a mile per hour. So 2 had us at 18, 3 got us to 19, and sport got us to 20. But I just want to make sure I double check to make sure I give you guys an accurate reading. it's just so hard to do so because, like I said, so much going on in New York. These type of bikes, you need like an open road or like a countryside or some shit. Okay, let's see this sport gets us. Take that bump like a champ. Yeah, I think. Nope, got to 21. Sport got to 21, you guys. I got to 21 just now. You also got to factor in the fact that I'm also pedaling, so that makes it go even faster. So, just gonna put that out there. So the fastest I was able to get with sport was 21. Let's see what race gets us. Race is the highest speed, so let's see what race gets us. Like I said, the motor on this bike has a little bit of a startup. Takes a little bit to get started. Like a 3-second, nothing too crazy. Okay, let's see what we get. This race, 22, 23, 24, pretty fast. Race is pretty fast. Let's see. Right behind us, let's go. Let's go for it. 25, 26. 27, 28. I was able to hit 28 miles per hour. Oh, now that's why I'm capped at 25. Let's go down the hill. Able to hit 30 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, on race mode, we was able to hit 30 miles per hour. Where are we going now? We had us one. Okay. This way. That was nice, man. We was able to hit 30 miles per hour. Nice. I want to do the readings all over again, but nice speed to this bike. This bike is fast. I mean, jeez. We was able to hit 30 miles per hour. But like I said, you got to keep in mind that I kind of pedaled a lot, so I'm also on, 7th speed on the gear. So I'm on gear 7 on this bike, and e-bike on the pedal assist speed it was on race. So those were also factors in me being able to hit that large amount of speed. Just gonna throttle here, be safe. I like being in between people. So yeah, I was able to hit 30 miles per hour with gear speed 7 and race mode. I think this might be the fastest speed I was able to hit on the e-bike so far. I believe. I could be wrong. So let's turn here. Yep, found our destination. We found our destination. We have some fun. Now let's lock this bike up and give these people their food. Alright, you guys, let's go and drop off the second order for this review. So, aside from the speeds, this bike, it rides very well. You know, it feels smooth. It feels just like my Aero 10 Mini, the fat tire bike. It rides just like that. The brakes are phenomenal. It handles bumps like a champ, just like the other fat tire bike does. I don't have any complaints about this bike, aside from the fact that, you know, the seat. Like I said, the seat, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the seat is very, very wide. So like, it makes pedaling very awkward. It feels awkward. And if I move up too far, see, I'm hitting my phone. For one, I'm hitting my phone. Two, it just feels weird, like I'm bunched up. So I like to move back. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I have a little bit of height to me. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not one of the tallest, but I'm definitely like not tiny at the same time. So, but if I have any gripes or any cons with this bike, that would be it. No, this bike, like I said, man, it rides very well. The brakes are nice. I love the bike. I love the framework. I love the frame. I love how it's built. The build quality doesn't feel cheap either. It feels very strong. The throttle on here is nice. It's pretty similar. The throttle on this bike, if you guys can see it, the throttle on this bike is pretty similar to the throttle on the Aero 9A. It feels similar to that. It got that kick too that I like. It feels similar to that. You know. Like I said, the only issue I have is how awkward it feels to pedal. The pedaling feels very awkward. But outside of that, and another thing is, I wish that they tell you, like, you know, how the bike operates. When like, it's very, like, I had to figure all of this shit out myself. You know, it's kind of annoying. I wish the bike was more, I guess, beginner friendly, because if I didn't do these tests, I would have never known that the speed indicator over here has nothing to do with the throttle, nothing. So for somebody who's new to e-bikes and who doesn't know how to do these tests the way I do, you know, that could be a problem for them, because they don't know what to look for or how to look for it, you know. But outside of that, this bike is phenomenal. The build is very unique. The frame is unique. I like it. The only problem with the frame, and this is specifically for people who want to do deliveries. If you don't want to use this bike for deliveries, just ignore this part of the video. But there's really no place to put a basket or a pizza rack unless you put it on the front. And I don't really like putting baskets or racks in front of my bike. But that's just me personally. And some people don't mind. You know, you see how the Aeros, they have the rack at the back, that thing at the back that's specifically for like baskets or whatever. Like, you can tell the Aeros were made for deliveries. This bike wasn't specifically made to do deliveries. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do deliveries with this bike, but this bike wasn't primarily made for that. This bike, it seemed like it was primarily made to just ride around and cruise around and have fun. And there's nothing wrong with that, but, you know, on my channel I do deliveries, so But can you use this bike for deliveries? Definitely, of course you can. You could definitely use this bike for deliveries. Like I said, man, it rides very well, it handles very well, and it has that one-sided kickstand that I don't like. I was complaining about that in episode 11. I cannot stand that one-sided kickstand stuff. But let's do this drop off, and I'll see you guys when I do my wrap up for the episode. Oh, one thing I wanted to add before the battery life. I meant to bring that up too, man. The battery life is phenomenal. I've been on this thing for about an hour, I believe. Probably what time is it? Yeah, matter of fact, over an hour. I've been on this bike for over an hour, and I've only lost one battery cell. So definitely phenomenal battery life. So this is the Juiced Bike Camp Scrambler, the 52 volt, not the 48 volt, 52 volt battery. And like I said, man, I've been on this thing for over an hour, and I've only lost one battery cell. So definitely a humongous plus. If there's one thing I love on my e-bikes is longevity in the battery department. Definitely beautiful, love that. But yeah, man, I wanted to add that. I wanted to make sure I put that in there, and I will see you guys when I do my episode wrap up. All right, you guys, man, this is the end of episode 13. I want to let you guys know that the battery and the bike passed my 5-hour test. I was out here doing deliveries for 5.5 hours, and I still have 3 bars of battery left, so I can easily probably go on for another hour and a half, but I always want to make sure that I have enough battery life to get me back home. So I think overall for deliveries, this bike definitely was not made for deliveries at all. This bike definitely wasn't made for deliveries. It was made to just cruise around, ride around, you know. But can you use it for deliveries? Yes, you can. Would I recommend you use it for deliveries? Yeah. This bike has definitely got my blessing for deliveries as a delivery vehicle. It sucks that it doesn't come with a storage area for you to put like a basket or whatever. But outside of that, man, this bike is phenomenal. I love it. But the one thing that I don't like is the fact that this kickstand is so low. Like, the kickstand is very low. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I think you guys can see it. But you see how low this kickstand? Like, I hate this kickstand. This kickstand is too low to the ground. If I was remaking this bike, I definitely probably would have put the kickstand maybe here, a two-sided kickstand like the Arrow bikes have. But this kickstand is just too low. Every time I used it, I felt as if the bike was gonna fall over. Like, every time I used the kickstand, I felt as if the bike was going to tip over. I didn't like it. And outside of that, the seat is comfortable for a while. It's not bad. The seat is comfortable, but it just makes it awkward when you're pedaling. It's very awkward pedaling with the seat just because it's so wide, like I said earlier. But the seat does fit 2 people, so if you want to have somebody with you, they can ride with you while you're doing deliveries, or they could just ride it with you if you just want to cruise around New York City. That's fine as well. But this bike definitely was not made for deliveries, but you can use it for deliveries, like I said. One thing I forgot to mention too is this bike does not come pre-installed with a horn, which is a very, very big deal, especially in New York City. Everybody has their headphones on. Nobody can hear you. Look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry. You see that? See that rat? While I'm doing my review, I knew I heard something behind me while I was recording this. Anyway, I'm sorry. But anyway, it's a very big deal not having a horn. I looked it up, and Juiced, the company that makes this bike, they sell the horn separately for $50. So you could buy a horn $50 from the Juice website if you want to. If having a horn is not a big deal for you, then don't worry about it. But like I said, me personally, I recommend you have a horn because you have to alert people to get out the way sometimes, and saying excuse me sometimes doesn't cut it, and that's where a horn will come into play. But unfortunately, this bike doesn't have one. But overall though, man, this bike is phenomenal. I would give it, if I was going to grade it out of 10, I'd definitely give it a solid 8. Phenomenal bike, feels great, lightweight, not heavy. You can fit 2 people on the seat. The seat is comfortable, but the drawback is that, like I said, it's very uncomfortable when you're pedaling. It's like you gotta, it's like pedaling like wide. It's weird. I can't really explain it. It's very weird. It's like pedaling very wide. It doesn't feel good when you're pedaling. And the horn, it just doesn't come with a horn. You got to pay for your own horn. But outside of that, man, like I said, the shocks is pretty good. It handles bumps very well. Like I said, with the Aero 10 Mini, fat tires definitely handles those bumps like a champ. The only downside to having fat tires, the only downside to having fat tires is the fact that you're more prone to getting flats unless you use tire liners. So if you guys are watching this and you have a fat tire bike, make sure you have tire liners. If you don't have them already, make sure you go out and buy them. It'll save you from getting flats, save a whole lot of money. And the speed on this bike is phenomenal. And that's another thing too that I didn't like about this bike, is the fact that it's not very beginner friendly. Excuse me. I had to investigate and try to figure out how the bike worked, and it should be, I feel like the bike should have more indicators and let you know what's going on with the bike. It's, like I said, it's not beginner friendly, and a lot of people don't have the knowledge of these bikes and how to figure things out the way I do. So I really feel like they should make their bikes more beginner friendly going forward. But the speeds, back to the speeds. So the throttle's automatically locked to 20 miles per hour no matter the speed settings. So back to the pedal assist level. So pedal assist level 0, which is no pedal assist, I was able to get 11 miles per hour. And then I was able to get on eco mode, I was able to hit 12 miles per hour, which is the lowest pedal assist setting you can get. And then at level 1, I was able to hit, I believe it was 14 miles per hour on level 1. And then on level 2, I was able to hit 18 miles per hour. And then on level 3, I was able to hit 19 miles per hour. And then on sport mode, I was able to hit 22 miles per hour. And then on race mode, I was able to hit an astonishing 30 miles per hour. But please factor in the fact that I was also pedaling on the fastest gear setting available for this bike, which also played a part in me being able to hit 30 miles per hour. So just take that with a grain of salt. So, like I said, man, overall speed is phenomenal. But like I said, all of the speeds that I just gave you are just estimates. They're going to be different for every situation. So in my situation in New York, we have a lot of we got a lot of hills, we got a lot of traffic, so I have to stop and go a lot. So I can't really give you an accurate estimation of the speed. So I could just give you the highest speeds I was able to hit when I was riding on this bike. But anyway, that's pretty much it, man. That's all I really got for you guys. The bike is phenomenal, man. I love the bike. If you want to use it for deliveries, you definitely can. The battery is strong. The bike is lightweight. It's not that bad. It's just, the way it's designed, you just hit the button and then, so pretty much, let me just show you guys before I let you guys go. To start the bike up, you just hit the button and then you have to turn on the LED screen to get it started, which is a far cry difference from the Aero bikes that you guys are used to me reviewing and riding on this channel. So that's pretty much it. Now, that's more convenient, but it also makes your bike less secure and more prone to being stolen. So just, keep that in mind. But outside of that, man, it's a great bike. I don't really have no complaints aside from the seat, the pedaling, and the kickstand being god awful. I think the kickstand is one of the worst kickstands I've ever seen on the bike, because like I said, solo to the ground. But anyway, man, if you guys enjoyed the video, man, please make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you guys in episode 14. Also, we are ending this video on the west end. We started this video on the east end. We're going to end it on the west end. Hope you guys enjoy the view of New Jersey.